Not all housing is created equal. Now that Central New York is experiencing an increase in housing prices, it seems to be harder than ever to purchase a home. According to Redfin, the average price of a house in Syracuse this February was $122,500, up from $119,000 just last year. In a city with just under 30% of citizens living in poverty, this isn't feasible. 66-year-old Antoinette Moole has been trying to find housing for over a year now with no luck. Her only source of income is Social Security. Her cousins Marie Polano and Ann Williams have supported her through her time of need.
You have to have so many qualifications to even qualify. They don't want you there. They don't want you looking at it unless you have 3 times the rent, background check, credit check.
This is where affordable housing comes in. Affordable housing, as defined by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, consists of housing unit that requires tenants to pay no more than 30% of their gross income towards housing costs. Affordable housing units tend to be in the form of apartments and townhomes, since the time and money it takes to build is much less than building individual houses. Alex Lawson is a housing policy coordinator at CNY Fair Housing who helps study housing and rent prices in Syracuse.
Half of households in Onondaga County that rent are rent burdened.
The median household income in Syracuse is about $40,000. After applying Lawson's calculations, an affordable rent would be about $800 a month. Joshua Salvage, residential clinical service director at Helio Health, says many low-income individuals come to the organization for housing assistance.
A lot of times people come here for those services, or maybe to live closer to where they want to, and then that creates less apartments and affordable housing to pick from. But I just think in general there's a shortage.
Moule agrees that nowadays finding housing is a hot commodity, especially housing that allows her to keep close to her beloved cat.
Okay, she had him 14 years. I know. She had him 14 years. And it's like, like he's part of your family.
Pets also tend to cost extra, placing an even heavier burden on rent. In the city of Syracuse's 2017 study regarding affordable housing, only about 11% of units are considered affordable. Now behind me is the old Penfield factory that closed down in 2006, and in Syracuse is known for having that tiny little house right on top. In the future, this building will be redone to create new affordable housing units. Now, where the problem comes in is when new buildings are actually constructed to create new affordable housing units for people in Syracuse.
Every single community in our area places severe restrictions on the construction of new multifamily housing, and it's harder in areas that tend to be wealthier.
And a lot of times, housing in poorer areas isn't even deemed safe enough to live in. Williams used to work with Syracuse Housing and has seen things like boarded up windows and doors, roaches, and even rats.
And then not for nothing, but the code enforcement, they got some issues that they don't follow up, okay? I mean, this has been going on, but now it's even more crucial because of the fact that rent is so outrageous, just like Antoinette said.
Now this brings us to zoning. This map created by CNY Fair Housing on data from 2019 helps highlight areas of poverty in blue and areas of wealth in pink. Richer areas are white dominant, while poorer areas are Black and Hispanic American dominant. This map created by the city of Syracuse in 2017 shows that the darker the area, the more affordable housing is available, with poorer areas having the most affordable housing units. In Syracuse, I'm Isabel Flores with NCC News.